Welcome to part 6 of Bean's Backyard, and now it's time to actually work out where we're putting the next part of the fence, and it's actually more complicated than it sounds because we need to future-proof. So even though there are some parts of our backyard we won't be doing for quite some time, we want to make sure we're putting the posts in the right spot so we don't limit ourselves with a footprint we can't later use. And one of the things we want to consider is a basketball space. So we need to measure it up and see where could it fit and make the most sense. Now, it shouldn't be a surprise I'm a big basketball fan. I mean, I called my dog Kobe after all, but the aspiration of having a backyard basketball court has been a bucket list item for me ever since I was young. And even though it's quite an aspirational ask and probably something we won't do for a very long time, we still need to consider how is this going to fit on our back section. So we started measuring out the basketball court and seeing where we could actually make this fit, and unsurprisingly, it's pretty limiting in terms of where you can put it. Now, my initial plan was to tuck it off into the far right corner, but it's a bit of a problem here because that means removing a tree stump, which is a huge battle I don't quite think I want to do right now. Now, after measuring multiple times, the most practical flat spot would probably be where this woodshed is. Now, I'm comfortable removing it, but everyone else seems to think, does it really need to be that big? So it makes sense to go through and explain how big an actual basketball court is. So when you first think of a basketball court, you probably think of an NBA court, and that is 28.65 meters long by 15.24 meters wide. Ignoring the fact that that's a huge amount of space, just the cost, the concrete, the challenge, it's just not going to happen. So we need to look at something a little bit more concise. The other common size is the Olympic size basketball court, which is 28 meters by 15 meters. Fits a little bit better, but it's still got way too much unnecessary usage of space for what we're trying to achieve. Now, realistically, because we want this to fit in the backyard, we don't need a full court, so right there, we can cut half of the court up. Also, all we really need is a 3-point line, so if we give ourselves a meter from the 3-point line, there's a whole bunch of this unnecessary space from that to the half court. And then we can streamline that even further because we don't need all that unnecessary space up by the throw-in line, so we can take that out, and this is kind of what we're looking to achieve way down the line. So we need to make sure that the fence we're putting in doesn't intrude into an area that would fit this space. And there we go, it looks like it fits perfectly within our footprint. Yes, the woodshed has to go, but at least we have a plan now, and we continue getting the posts in and getting this dog area finished.